everyone. Welcome to Unscripted Access. I'm your host for this week, Bronson Fiore, joined by John Macaluso
What's up, guys?
and the ever popular Tony Ta.
It truly is an honor to be on this podcast with a Super Senpai brother and a shiitake mushroom. Things cannot get any better than this. This is fantastic.
I cannot wait until another pair from the site starts streaming and then they get a nickname.
Well, it might as well be me and Bremen at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tori's definitely need one. And Bremen and I probably need one, except I already have a very bad feeling that Bremen and I are going to get some pretty interesting innuendo going, and that's going to be
yeah.
Lots of fisting and tentacle monsters.
Because
Anthony is going to say something without thinking, and then Bremen's going to say something perverted, and then that's the nickname for life.
Yeah, because I already came up with this brilliant idea. So we got the Super Sentai brothers, and Nick and John recently got the shiitake mushrooms nickname, and I just thought, Super Senpai brothers shiitake mushroom snacks. That goes along way too well. And then I came up with a really interesting slogan for the snacks.
Go ahead, Anthony.
The everyman snack to fisting their way to victory. And I'll stop right there because I don't know if that's a really awful joke or not. So I'm just going to stop there before I ruin it any further.
Well, there have been worse, so rest assured.
Yeah, this... In fact, on the stream tonight, fire puns. All the fire puns.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Tell me some.
I was just thinking, damn it.
No, Sunset Overdrive has been a very not a very active game, and I'm guessing partially it's because there's only two other people besides us streaming it right now, and it's not a game many people are going to hunt down to watch.
It's not. It's it might have had good reviews, and it is generally considered a good game and everything, but it's not a popular game among normal. I guess we'll just use the term hardcore or non-hardcore gamers. They want to watch the Heroes of the Storm, the first-person shooters,
League,
fighting games. Yeah, League. It was fun watching. I watched it earlier with you guys for a while.
Our best stream has definitely been Grand Theft Auto, and it makes sense because it's one of the most popular games on Twitch.
How much did that one get?
At its peak, 180.
Oh, okay.
I know our peak for Last of Us was 50, and our peak for Sunset Overdrive has been 10. So, I think it's very game dependent. I think it also depends on what time you're streaming as well.
Yeah, because I totally can't stream at 6:30 in the morning because no one's freaking awake. Except maybe the East Coast. It's just let's stream at 6:30 in the morning on a Wednesday when everyone's getting up to go to work.
Yeah, see, Ray and I have the opposite problem of we got off work at 8, and after we eat and get home and everything, it's let's stream at 10 at night.
Yeah, the East Coast has fallen asleep already. Or not, because the gamers never sleep early.
I really enjoyed watching Nick and John stream because it was a very big contrast to ours. Because while Ray and I do talk shit, there's just a ton of other shit that goes on. And our chat just gets super heavy sometimes. There was a 2-week period where we became basically love line for gamers.
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm glad that people are enjoying it. And then, secondly, Nick and I, our personalities mesh really, really well with each other.
Well,
and so
let's just say I'm looking forward to what happens after the San Diego Steelers game this year. There's a website connection. This is like Broncos, Chargers. Okay, that makes sense. They play each other twice a year, every year. That makes sense. But Steelers, Chargers, that's gonna be fun.
This website has some weird. I look at the favorite team for everyone on the site. It's so weird. It's Steelers, Chargers, Broncos, Bears, Bengals, and then Bremen and Stephanie don't watch football. So,
it is quite varied, that's for sure.
I don't even watch football anymore because ever since I can't watch it on my computer from NBC Sports, that's where I used to watch it because it was like, oh cool, I could watch the Sunday night game, and I used to always do that while getting schoolwork done. But ever since they decided, hey, you have to sign into your cable company to watch this, sorry guys, I'm just like, I don't want to go downstairs to turn on the TV when I have work to do at my desk. I'm sorry.
See, this is why you need to do what I do, and that's go to a bar.
Oh yeah, definitely. And not only do you get
guys,
like
keyword when I have work to do. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've done homework at a bar.
Yeah, you really think I'm gonna get that much work done in a bar? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be all buzzed while doing my work very poorly in a very noisy environment while my eyes are glued to the screen. Yeah, that's gonna get a lot of work done, guys.
Can I get a pint of Heineken and chicken wings, and I'll just sit here and do my homework and watch the game?
But I'm starting to think that I've never had an American beer before. I've only had Euro beers. Like, I've had Beck's, which is apparently the third most popular beer in Germany, but they brew it in St. Louis or something, and I'm like, okay, that's oh. And then there's Heineken, which is, I think, is a beer from, I think it's Holland? So
I'm fairly sure that Heineken's Germany as well.
It could be. I've looked it up, but I forgot. It could be.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Like, those two Europeans, I mean, it's not bad. I can deal with Beck's, even though it's kind of blah. But Heineken is actually imported, which probably makes it instantly better because it isn't brewed in America. It's actually imported.
Well, yeah. In our defense, in the United States' defense, we have a few beers that are really good. Like Sierra Nevada is ridiculously amazing, and then we've some IPAs. It's just crappy because when a lot of people think American beers, they think freaking Budweiser and Coors and beer, Pabst, all of that. All three of those are disgusting.
Yeah. So that's one problem with me and beer is all American, like, big name beers are disgusting. Like, all of them. Budweiser, Coors, they're all gross.
Well, to be honest, here, when America finds something and makes it number one, it's not exactly quality.
Yeah.
For example, McDonald's, probably the most popular fast food chain.
Like Aaron, former staff member, used to drink Pabst Blue Ribbon, and he even admitted, like, yeah, it tastes disgusting, but it's cheap and it gets me drunk quick. And I'm like, all right, man, but good enough logic, I guess.
So anyway, how about them video games? What about we're talking beverages. How do you guys feel about Nuka-Cola?
Nuka-Cola.
Oh, you mean, yeah, Fallout 4 was announced.
I imagine it would give me radioactive poisoning like everything else in that world. Oh, you want to walk on this patch? Radiation. You want to look at that cow? Radiation. You want to step into this town? Well, there's a giant nuke in the middle, guys. Just rig it up and go kaboom. And watch it go at night. Anyways.
The more Nuka-Cola you drink, the more you glow in the dark.
I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to call it Nuka-Cola because it could nuke your stomach, and that's not going to be pretty. It's like, who needs Mentos and Coca-Cola when you've got Nuka-Cola to do it for you already?
Okay, so everybody has been losing their fucking minds over Fallout 4. I woke up this morning. Sorry, I'm eating. This is the first real meal I've eaten today. And just, who was in the middle of a windstorm?
Okay. John?
Sorry, it is extremely
something. Anthony, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry. Hopefully you guys won't be hearing it now.
But my Facebook and Twitter just fucking exploded this morning with Fallout 4, Fallout 4, Fallout 4. And, like, most things in the gaming community when it's like that, like, I share in that moment, and I'm like, I understand why people are hyped. But like, as someone who fucking hated Fallout 3, just hated every minute of it. I like just, dude, I like everyone like. It would be like going on Facebook and then to see like everyone you know say the sky is purple. Like that's what basically just happened to me today. And I don't understand. John, your thoughts?
I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, I am not among those who is already calling it the game of the year, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. It will be my I will be keeping an eye on it. However, I will not be pre-ordering it for anything less than like $30 or anything more than $30. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think about it and I'm just like, I'm gonna rent it. I think it looks really pretty. That like that trailer looks gorgeous. But even then, I'm just not like, man, I want to go through Wasteland for 40 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they've managed to convince going through Snowland for 40 hours is the greatest invention ever invented in the name of video game history, so...
I don't understand the Bethesda hype.
Me either. I had that same thought, just like, Bethesda makes overhyped stuff.
Like, I really, really liked Oblivion, and I was okay with Skyrim. And then everything else I've played, they've made since Oblivion has just been blah.
I don't know. I totally buy into the hype whenever a new Elder Scrolls is announced. However, with Fallout 3, I mean, I played the crap out of Fallout 3. I actually didn't like New Vegas, so I really don't see it as a must buy. I'm probably gonna buy it, and it's probably gonna be pretty cool. But no, I mean, I'm not going to go out on Twitter or Facebook and say Game of the Year has just been announced.
Well, no, because
no way.
Like this year, like if Fallout 4 is like one of the is like this game that everyone gives Game of the Year, I'll be very shocked. Like, this is such a crazy year for games. Like, we are getting Persona 5, and we're getting Halo, and Tomb Raider, and Bloodborne, and The Witcher, and all these fucking games that have already come out or are coming out. And I'm like, people are really putting their bets on fucking Fallout? Like, really? I mean, okay. I guess that's if the route you want to go, but me personally, like, I wasn't particularly, like, I put 20 hours into Fallout 3 trying to understand what it is people liked about that game. Like, I tried to understand it, and I just could not.
So one thing that I really liked about Fallout actually was the atmosphere. It's funny that that Anthony, says, like, I pretty much don't want to look in like a wasteland, walk around in a wasteland like the entire playthrough. And I totally understand that, but that's kind of what I liked about it, like the post-apocalyptic story and, all these different crazy side quests and how messed up the world was. And I kind of like playing through that. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm totally a story guy. I'm a sucker for story. I'm a sucker for atmospheres and feelings and blah, blah, blah. So that is what caught me on Fallout 3. And I think it's funny because I think that same thing is what didn't get me on New Vegas.
See, New Vegas, from what I've seen of it, it seems like, hey man, Fallout's pretty dumb, and this takes the logical next step with how stupid this can be. So I'm like, this actually seems kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, just I didn't really find, because you would make the apocalypse interesting. We're streaming Sunset Overdrive. That's the apocalypse I want. That's yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Sadly, if there's going to be an apocalypse, it's probably going to look more like The Last of Us.
I really like that game and that game's atmosphere.
But nothing ends well for anybody. I mean, I really like it as well too, but
That's another game we just streamed all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are doing like a run of post-apocalyptic things.
Next is Batman.
That is not post-apocalyptic.
I mean, it's dark and the whole city is being destroyed.
Wait, which Batman?
Arkham Knight.
Do Arkham Knight? Oh,
yeah.
Nice. That's pretty exciting. So tune into that, folks. That's Super Senpai Bros.
Yeah, and hopefully I will have my new job shortly after that. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys this, did I? Ray has gone over to this, like, helping out developmentally challenged adults, and I'm like, okay, they pay the same as our current job. Why would you move over? And they're like, they guarantee 40 hours a week, if not at least 40 and usually 50. And I was like, okay, applying as soon as possible.
That is really awesome, but far away from Fallout 4, my good sir.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's cool. I'm kind of curious, Anthony. You've been a little bit quiet throughout our conversation. I'm curious on what you think about Fallout 4.
I really don't give a shit. That's basically it.
That should be the quote of this podcast. Fallout 4, I really don't give a shit.
I mean, that literally is how I feel. Imagine if they announced Dragon Age, like, the next Dragon Age. How do you think you would care, Bronson? Probably next to zero, right?
I mean, that's how I've been for every Dragon Age, so status quo maintained there.
Well, the thing is that you actually sort of get Dragon Age 1. Dragon Age 2, everyone just kind of agreed was blah-ish. And you know, Inquisition was just like, everyone says it's the best thing ever, but to me, I kind of don't get it, and to you, it's like, basically, Fallout 3 to me is what, like, Dragon Age Inquisition is to you. I'm just like, it's like, I just don't get Fallout 3. I really tried, like, twice. I really, really tried. Okay, I went through the tutorial. Okay, welcome to the vault. You're trapped indoors for all eternity. I don't know how you still breathe this air, but okay. Welcome to the outside world wasteland. Walk to this one place. Talk to a bunch of people. Find out your shooting skills are complete garbage and you had no ammo. Oh, look, you got a VAT system. Which the only thing I really enjoyed was watching my dude just keep missing those headshots. And in addition to that, walk here, here, and here. And then I can't figure out how to get to that one point. I end up walking through a landmine, bust both my legs, and don't have stim packs to keep going. And then I just gave up because I'm just like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. This is like, I probably need more of a guiding hand these days with Western RPGs because, you know, I just don't really have time like I used to. And you know, I don't really quite have the super exploring mentality that I used to. So I just like, Fallout 4 is announced and the world's going crazy, and I just sit there and I'm just like, oh, a game. Okay, well.
Yeah.
If they said Elder Scrolls 6, I would be like, you know what? I actually kind of look forward to that because as much as I think Skyrim's overrated, I still like it. I don't just dump 80 hours into any game. So, you know, if Elder Scrolls 6, I mean, they could announce that at their press conference for all I know because now Fallout 4 is a thing for real now, and E3 is, like, still a week and a half away. Hey, guys, E3 is a week and a half away.
Like, I sent you guys that text when they were doing, like, the countdown for this fucking announcement. Everyone knew it was Fallout 4. I don't know why the fuck they even bothered with a countdown, but whatever. But I sent a group text out from Jim Sterling. I actually want Bethesda to announce Rage 2 tomorrow and then in a video laugh for 70 minutes straight. And it's getting to the point where, like, so many people, like, are batshit crazy about Fallout that I'm getting in arguments over this, and it's making me dislike it more. Like,
it's the greatest masterpiece of mankind. It's better than Ocarina of Time. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually came up to me and said, it's better than Ocarina of Time. And I'm just like,
oh my god. If someone said Fallout 3 was better than Ocarina of Time, that person should just be instantly discredited. Like, that person doesn't get an opinion about video games anymore. I love Ocarina of Time. I do think it's a smidge overrated, but I think that is a fucking incredible game. It is a wonderful, amazing experience. Even like 16 years later, I can still pick up that game and have a ton of fun. Fallout 3, on the other hand, like, I forced myself through 20 hours of that game, and the parts of it I liked were, like, the option to blow up Megaton. That was cool. That was super neat.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that giant, like, behemoth mutant that becomes your friend. He was cool. And then at the very end of the game, when you have basically a giant communist fighting robot helping you siege the capital. So, like, all those were super, really entertaining bits in that game that was otherwise me walking to places and being told to do shit that I didn't want to do. And, like, it's kind of my problem with the whole Western RPG genre as a whole is, like, I feel like every Western RPG, except for Mass Effect 2 and a couple other rare exceptions, they're all paced like shit. It's like they're all paced horribly. I'm playing The Witcher 3 right now. I'm probably going to return it soon because I'm starting to get tired of it. And it's like, oh, things are starting to get interesting, or this cool plot point just happened. Now I hope you like walking. And I'm just like, ugh, Christ. Or it's like, oh, we just got to the next plot point to find Ciri. You can go do that, or help me find this magic lamp. And I'm just like, I'm so fucking like The Witcher 3 is a beautiful game that has a lot going for it. Its presentation is amazing. Its story is really entertaining. There are a couple of things there. There's a scene early on in that game with the Red Baron that is super sad that I want to talk about on Spoilercast when we get to it for that game. But that game feels like a fucking chore at times to me, and not in the way that Bloodborne feels like a chore, where I have to actively think and be like, how do I figure this out and whatnot, and things are super tense. It's like, okay, I'm gonna walk for miles upon miles, go to this place, and then someone's gonna give me an errand. If I do that errand correctly, they're gonna finally give me the next plot point. It just gets really frustrating. And I feel Fallout 3 was that way. I feel it seems like those Mass Effect games are the only ones that don't feel that way, and even the first Mass Effect feels that way. So I don't know, man.
That's cool. There's just Western RPGs just aren't your thing.
No. I'll sit and play a fucking JRPG for all eternity. Ray just started Persona 4, and I am wildly entertained just watching him go through that game. And I played through that game 5 different times, and just him playing it makes me want to boot up my save again. So
you know what's funny is I kind of feel the same way you do about Western RPGs towards JRPGs. That's why it always takes me so long to beat JRPGs. You guys haven't noticed.
I sit here and I'm just like, I just couldn't get past Kanji's Dungeon, and Bronson's like, well, you could do this, this, and this. I'm like, really? Because that's what people say about Western RPGs too. Well, if you do this and this, and I'm just like, I just kind of need a guiding hand. I just play my games on easy because I'm just lazy that way.
I mean, it's just like I'm totally cool with the Western RPGs. Like, walk here, do this thing, walk there, do that thing. With JRPGs, you know where to go, like you have a general idea, and then you're stuck in a dungeon where you have to climb 10, 15, 20 floors just to get to one boss, beat him, and then there's 10, 15 more floors to go. Or in freaking Final Fantasy X, where you have to fight Meister Seymour 8 fucking times. I'm not into that.
No, Seymour's bullshit. I will even admit, Final Fantasy X is my favorite Final Fantasy, and Seymour is the worst part of that fucking game. I think one of the big differences for me is I like the turn-based combat of a lot of JRPGs, and I feel the combat of every Western RPG is this shitty middle ground of well, it's not this turn-based tactical thing, and it's not an action game like a Bayonetta or a God of War. It's we take all the parts, we try and combine them together, and it just never feels right. that's kind of what I really liked about Mass Effect 2 and especially 3 was they're like, fuck it, stats don't matter. Like, just fuck it, it's a shooter. Just call it what it is. You know, like that, I definitely had a preference towards. Because I really like that turn-based strategic combat of like, okay, so this boss does this, this, and this. I need to figure out a way to counteract that, and while I counteract that, I need to figure out a way to like get around to attacking them and things of that nature. I mean, I don't know. It's I just.
No, I mean I totally agree as far as combat's concerned.
Yeah.
Like I do like JRPG combat. I totally like. No, I've played the holy hell out of The Witcher, so the combat I have in mind is The Witcher, which I think is like ridiculous.
Yeah, like The Witcher. The Witcher is probably the best I've seen, and even I'm just like, this is better than than most other like games of this style. But even then, I'm just like, man, I just sunk like 1,000,000 hours into Bloodborne, and its combat is way, way more interesting than this. I don't know. I definitely think that timing is also part of it. But anyway, that's Fallout. I am intrigued. A couple other. Also, it takes place in Boston. So, for those of you who are wondering where it's going to take place, there you go.
Let's hope none of your bullets are
Boston.
In Boston. Let's hope that none of your bullets are deflated.
Let's hope that the weather actually changes. Ooh, weather, that's gonna be new.
Yeah, I'm really not gonna get anything for that, guys. Like, throw me a bone or something. Little chuckle, ha ha ha. Or even like, God, John, that was awful. Fun.
Alright, so, moving forward. Dark Souls 3 could be announced at E3. A recent news story, according to VG247, states the announcement may come during the Sony E3 press conference. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, the upgrade re-release of the second game, came out this year, as well as Bloodborne, a spiritual follow-up to Miyazaki's Souls series. Recently, the president of Sony Computer Entertainment Worldwide Studios, Shuhei Yoshida, confirmed Bloodborne DLC would be coming out this year. If Dark Souls 3 really is on the way in 2015, it looks like a good year for fan of the Souls franchise. I'm gonna be honest, like, after Bloodborne, I don't give a fuck. I can't go back. Like,
Bloodborne is so good that Dark Souls 3 just can't live up to it.
Like,
there's a fairly good chance, I think, is what he's saying.
well, not only that, it's just like Bloodborne does a lot of things differently than the other Souls game. It's a lot faster. Combat doesn't feel like crap. There's a lot different about it, and I feel as though after playing Bloodborne for so long, like, I can't go back. I can't go back to needing shields, man.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Bronson. Like, Bloodborne is so good, and like my favorite part about Bloodborne is that it's fast-paced, really, really fast-paced. And like I told you just before Bloodborne came out that I got Dark Souls 2 finally, PS3, and I have not been able to get back into it. Like, I've tried, no way. Like, Bloodborne is the best Souls-like game.
And it's the most accessible. It's the easiest one to learn. Like,
definitely. It's so fun to watch. Like, I don't know if it's the same with the other Darks or the other Souls, but it's so fun to watch. Like, watching your videos, watching Ray's videos, even watching my own over.
Like, I will go into the other room and be like I'll be walking to the kitchen to grab something and see Ray playing and, like, just sit down and watch. Like, I had no intention of doing that. I didn't come into the room to talk to Ray. I was going to get food. And next thing I know, I've been there for 20 minutes watching him play that fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like I don't see how anyone can fucking go back after playing that game.
But we'll see. I mean, we don't know. We haven't seen anything about it, so they could have maybe increased the speed, or whatever.
So, next news story is kind of a small one. There is a rumor that one of Sony's announcements at E3 that they will have a PS4 model with 1 terabyte hard drive.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna happen anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the first thing that I did with my PS4 when I bought it. Was like, 500 gigabytes is not gonna last 4 years. Here's a 1 terabyte hybrid drive. So I think that will make it. Assuming that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be like 100 gigabyte install, square mileage of Los Angeles. Enjoy more wherever they put that place.
2 Blu-ray DVDs.
2 Blu-ray installed DVDs. And because they are Bethesda, they don't know how to program it correctly, so you have to install it 100% instead of that quick install thingy that some games use. Oh man, speaking of that, Grand Theft Auto 5, that install time, I was just sitting there, I'm just like, really, guys? Like,
I thought it was actually pretty quick on the PS4.
No, I sat there and I was just like, I have to watch the entire game install itself onto the hard drive, and I'm just like, man, this is not really how I envisioned it, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of the time, installs on these consoles are quick, so deleting installs doesn't really affect me all that much. Like it's not this like I deleted my Infamous install. If I ever want to go back and play Infamous, waiting 5 minutes to play that game, not the biggest thing in the world. It's not like it was on the PS3 where it's like a PS3 install took a fucking hour or more sometimes. It was just the fucking worst.
But yeah, 1 terabyte hard drive, I mean, to be honest, a 1 terabyte hard drive isn't really that expensive. You can get those pretty cheaply now because, those laptop drives have been around for a long time. If anything, they've just barely started putting 2 terabyte drives out for consumer laptop use. And knowing Sony, they're just gonna chuck a really cheapo drive in there because they save money where you don't look. Like Sony goes out and says, "We got 1.81 teraflops of power, guys. We've got power," and then they save money where you don't look, which is the hard drive. I mean, like I look at the PS4 hard drive and I'm just like, and I looked up some numbers and I realized, this thing is kind of mediocre. And PS3 hard drives are worse. Like, freaking, I bought like what was it? It had like a 2000, I bought it in late 2010, and it had a hard drive that runs about the same as a desktop drive from 2005. So I'm just, okay.
Alright, well,
but yeah, 1 terabyte is good, considering just about everything is an install these days.
Pretty much. Like, that's fine. Doesn't really bother me. I don't even have the half my hard drive filled on either system. So, I mean, that's not really that big of a deal. And, like, I delete games. Like, if I'm never going to play it again, or probably not going to play it again, I just fucking delete it. It's not that big of a deal. You can re-download it. Unless it's Silent Hills PT.
Is there, like... that's something... It's like after, I don't know, like, I feel like after having to reinstall everything on my PS3 after I swapped that hard drive out, I just thought, doesn't Sony have, like, an easier way to just kind of, like, search through what you download instead of delivering one giant 200-item list that I have to spend all day scrolling through to say, no, I don't want that avatar, I don't want that avatar, nah, yeah, I need that DLC. Is this on a DLC? Oh, no, it isn't.
It's you download the shit you actually intend to use. That's what it is. It's like, if chances are if you don't remember it, it doesn't matter to you all that much. Like, the only exception for me is like my Rock Band DLC because I have so much of it. Speaking of Rock Band, we got some Rock Band news.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Harmonix has confirmed to IGN that the old instruments will carry over. PS3 to PS4 will require nothing more than your ability to plug in an existing PS3 dongle, while 360 to Xbox One will require a special adapter. Harmonix says will be, quote, low cost. This is a big plus for Rock Band mega fans who have a complete instrument set from last gen. IGN tested out the new set and they found them to be improved while retaining the same feel as the older ones. Price for the Xbox 360 to One adapter is pending, but we'll learn more as we go. And they reached out to ask them about the Guitar Hero stuff and Guitar Hero drum sets and whatnot. And they said last-gen Guitar Hero peripherals should work, but because they are not Harmonix/Rock Band products, the developer won't be officially confirm or guarantee compatibility with Rock Band 4. They promise additional updates whenever possible and adds that they hope to support as many last-gen instrument peripherals as possible.
Well, all right. Sounds good.
Hey, if I don't have to spend lots of money buying more plastic instruments, great.
I mean, so I intend to get, like, new shit. And the reason is because Ray and I played Rock Band over the weekend. And I found that one of my guitars, it isn't working super great. And then I have the original drums, which are loud as hell. Like, the pads on them are super fucking loud. So, I intend to at least get one new guitar and new drums. So, but yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Like, the fact that I don't have to buy all this other extra shit if I don't want to, though, and just pick up the game, and all my music that I've paid for over the years also carries over. This is how you do goddamn music games.
The thing is, though, they're trying to get their old instruments to work on the PS4, right?
They do. Those work on, yeah. Like, you can plug in the dongle.
Like, it's going to take... Okay, because I imagine it would have to be wired because a DualShock 3 controller will not work with a PS4.
Well, the thing...
basically,
this isn't Bluetooth. It uses the same thing the PS3 one does, where, if you remember on my PS3 versions of that game, you plug in this little wireless receiver thing to the USB port. And then that's how it does it.
Oh, okay.
So, I guess that's what they're planning to do. Alright, anyway. John, what's your thoughts on this? You buying new instruments, you keeping your old ones?
I'm going to buy everything new.
Just all fresh?
Yeah, just because I can. And because I want to.
Alright, right on. Well, more power to you. Like, the main one I want is a new drum set. Like, that's the big one, because I have the original drums. The kick, I've had to go through, buy 2 new kick pedals, and they're loud as hell. New drums. Those are the big one for me. But another guitar would not be a bad option either. And
I gave all of my instruments away a long time ago. So, perfect opportunity. They were all like original Rock Band and original Guitar Hero. Well, I think it was Guitar Hero 2, Xbox 360. So they were old. Time to upgrade.
I think I'm gonna. Well, I don't have any Rock Band instruments. So I have to buy them new anyways. Let's just say that when the Rock Band craze was happening, I didn't exactly get a single instrument. And by the time it was like, oh, Rock Band's awesome. Oh, everyone's done with it. That is something that's really 2000s. I mean, well, it could have a bit of a revival now, but it's kind of like one of those things that's just like, oh man, in the late 2000s, everyone had to have Rock Band. Everyone had to, and it kind of revived actual good music and brought it back. But, man, I wonder what the pricing of these instruments are going to be, because I sit here and I'm like, man, for a piece of plastic, looking back in the 2000s, that was not cheap.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap. I wonder, there hasn't even been a release date on it yet, has there?
No, it's coming out this year. Supposedly going to be playable at E3.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
Maybe we can prod for information then.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the line is... I don't know if we can get like someone to film it and get everyone up on that stage and play Rock Band. Sure, it might be worth it, but I'm a little concerned the line could take half a day.
So, Harmonix, they were willing to film our dancing thing, so I'm sure they'd be willing to film, but it's like, the longest line at last year's E3 was like 2.5 to 3 hours for Evolve. So, like, this is something where we are going to have to, like, commit to this idea if we do it. Where it's like, okay, this is a 3-hour line. We have 3 hours between appointments. Is this how we want to spend that 3 hours for this one video?
It's something we'll have to talk about collectively. That's for
sure. So, moving forward, in more pre-E3 news, a new Gears of War title will be at E3. Black Tusk confirms there will be a new Gears of War at E3 in some form.
Bronson, they changed their name.
Oh, what are they now?
The Coalition.
Oh, right. I saw that today. All right, well, the Coalition will have more Gears stuff at E3.
I don't know if Coalition's a... Oh, well, it actually probably is a decent name. It's just like Coalition of Ordered Governments. I
mean...
Yeah, right?
That doesn't sound totalitarian. Thank you. That does not sound totalitarian in any way.
That's
Coalition of Ordered Governments.
No, I mean, the Halo is 343 Industries, so...
I know. It's like, I know. It's just like when I think of COG, it's just like, oh, COG, that's so cool, man. And just like Coalition of Ordered Governments, that doesn't sound like some... I already said it. Coalition, okay. So a studio that makes nothing but Gears games, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I think of studios like 343 and Sledgehammer and now Coalition. It's like, what is it like when you make nothing but the same brand of games for your entire existence?
I mean, some people are really into it. Like Frankie O'Connor used to work for Bungie for years and then immediately went over to 343. So, I don't know. Some people are really into it. Some people just need a job. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I like another Gears seems fine. I thought the third game was about the most you could do with that franchise, and then they kind of proved me right with Judgment. So I don't know. I want to see where they go with it.
Same here. I'll definitely be looking into it.
Yeah. All right. So, god damn, we got a lot of news this week. Mighty No.9, basically the new Mega Man, is going to be cross-buy on the PlayStation platforms. Deep Silver global brand manager Pete Brawley announced on the PlayStation blog that if you buy Mighty No.9 on PlayStation 4, it'll work on PlayStation 3 and Vita. It is also supported by the retail versions of the game. If you buy the retail version, you also get the DLC for free. It is supposed to come out on PS4, PS3 this September.
Cool. Probably get that on Vita.
Yeah, like I play any game like that. I play on Vita. Like the Vita is just a great platform for that kind of game. So yeah. Speaking of indie games, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, one of the highly acclaimed games of 2013 and one of the best games we forgot last year winners that we've given out, is supposedly being ported to Xbox One and PS4.
Cool. Yay, more ports.
That's
like
an indie game.
If you've never played that game, you should play it because it's really cool and does some interesting stuff with mechanics as metaphor, and the end of the game will just rip your heart out. Yeah, the end of that game was so fucking sad. Like, it was the just saddest thing imaginable. All right, so we got a couple minor news stories, then we're closing it up. Batman Arkham Knight's file size has been revealed. You will have to have 45 gigs free on your hard drive space, on the Xbox One and PS4.
Well, let's just be honest here. It's just like, wow, 45 gigabytes is a lot, guys. We live in the future now. Okay? This is pretty normal.
Yeah.
Things can't really 100% flip in Blu-rays unless they're heavily compressed. It's probably going to be a reality. We're going to probably see multiple disc Blu-rays. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, remember back in 1998, your average game was probably 200 to 300 megabytes on a regular CD. Then it became a DVD. Then it became 4 DVDs. I'm sorry, it became 4 CDs or 1 DVD. Then it became 3 DVDs in the case of Final Fantasy 13 on Xbox.
Final Fantasy 8 using 4 discs, and Final Fantasy 7 using 3.
Yeah, games get big all the time. And, I wouldn't be surprised if, Elder Scrolls 6 Summer Isles or whatever goes, hey guys, this game is so big and so buggy, we gotta put it on 2 Blu-rays. But actually, I think it actually would fit in 1 Blu-ray.
Probably.
Skyrim is a surprise. Like, Oblivion and Skyrim are surprisingly compact games as far as data size, considering how big the worlds are.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Probably because in the case of Oblivion, they probably compress things like crazy. And in the case of Skyrim, they install... Yeah, what was this? In Skyrim on the PS3, you had to install it, and that probably helped things somewhat. But, yeah. It's quite... Those are reasonably compact games. And they probably don't have the best textures, too, actually. You remember the 360 version where we thought that going outside for the first time was absolutely amazing, but looking at it now, if you looked at any faraway mountain, it looked like a giant muddled mess.
Yeah.
It looks like snow mud mixed with some goopy trees.
It's man, it is weird how that will work, like just technology.
Yeah, when compression, man.
Yep. All right, moving forward, we got more Batman news. So they've announced more pre-order bonuses.
Okay.
The Gotham's Future pre-order bonus was spotted on Steam and comes with 2 skins, a Batman Beyond skin from the animated series and Frank Miller's Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. They haven't said if this is a Steam exclusive or not, but it is also part of the pre-order bonuses with Harley Quinn and the Red Hood.
I think I would just get the regular game.
I pre-ordered it
and just see how it goes.
I pre-ordered it. I'm excited for the Red Hood stuff. I think the Red Hood's cool. But
to me, it's going to be pretty interesting because what's happening is one of my buddies, he's buying the Batman bundle, and he's going to sell me his copy of... it's probably going to be sell me his downloadable code or whatever of Batman. I'm just like, well, this is not a pre-order, so I'm going to see if I can still get a proper Batman experience minus all the pre-order bonuses and whatever DLC they're shoving out. So if I feel like I'm getting a complete game, sweet. If not,
yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting perspective. Because if it's a case of Mass Effect 2, awesome. Would love that. Like, Mass Effect 2 is probably one of the best cases of DLC I've ever seen. You love the full game of Mass Effect 2? Here's more stuff if you're a fan. And then there was Mass Effect 3, where it's like you kind of needed some stuff after the fact to kind of feel like things are actually done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That took a turn for the worse.
All right, so last news stories, both are relatively small. Even though Uncharted 4 isn't going to be out for another about 10 months, maybe more, it has box art. It has official box art. Looks super dark. It kind of looks like what you would expect. Have you guys gotten to take a look at this yet?
Yeah, I like it.
Looks cool. It does not remind me of the other Uncharted's.
That's what I like about it.
Is it basically Nathan Drake with a dark background?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go in a bit of a rant here. Okay, so tell me, how many games have you seen this type of box art?
Oh,
beat up or angry
so
dude
many.
Just standing or walking towards you, pissed off, gun or weapon in hand, and a dark background. Whether it's Earth on Fire, More Fire, War Fire, Plane Fire, Ship Fire, whatever. Dude on cover, gun, looks pissed and beaten, title game, big seller. I mean, freaking it's like, you ever realize how so many game covers tend to look the same? I'm not joking. I actually saw this one really cool picture where they took multiple game covers and just kind of meshed it together in pieces. Yeah. And it all actually kind of fits because they all look the same. Battlefield, Gears of War, Mass Effect 3. What else? Skyrim. Halo. Star Wars. Actually, Star Wars is not as bad. Star Wars is just kind of like a giant montage movie poster. Actually, that's kind of how I like my my game covers to look, is like giant montage movie posters. And I understand that these game covers, like dark dude staring at you with gun in hand, also makes a good movie poster, but I kind of like it to be a montage kind of thing with various elements in it. Like Star Wars Battlefront 2, that was a cool game cover. Mass Effect 1, that's like the perfect game cover. I feel like, oh my goodness, I'm buying like the most epic thing because I could just feel like, just by looking at this cover, I want to buy it. Whereas if I look at the cover on Uncharted 4, I'm just like, so dude has a gun, he's in a foggy forest, which means someone got shot dead because it rained the night before. Okay, I guess. Anyways, end of rant.
All right then.
Yeah, I don't know. Game covers, they all just kind of tend to look the same. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and you know what, too? I actually watched a video why it just like focus groups said female on cover actually reduces your sales. This was back when Bioshock Infinite was a thing. And even though Elizabeth was one of the most important characters in the entire game, I think she got put on the back cover. Because the front cover has to feature Booker DeWitt with a gun over his shoulder.
Because Americans like
game sales.
Because that will sell, like, that is what'll sell that game. Totally.
Anyways, end of rant.
Alright, well, cool. Last one. Who here has seen the anime Sword Art Online?
I heard about it a lot.
Wait, sorry, say that again, Bronson?
Who here has seen the anime Sword Art Online?
Oh, I have.
You have or haven't?
I have.
You have? Are you of my opinion where you think it's just kind of okay?
No, I watched like 4 episodes and never watched it again.
Okay. Like, I watched all the way through it. I think if you enjoy MMORPGs, you'll probably enjoy it. Because that is who it is made for. And they have announced that Sword Art Online Lost Song is an action RPG based on the plot of the light novels and anime series Sword Art Online. Let's see. It was announced through Bandai Namco's official Tumblr that America will be getting the PS4 digital release of Hollow Fragment this summer. And for those who don't know, it is enhanced director's cut of the PlayStation Vita game Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, which came out last year on PlayStation Vita and was one of Vita's best sellers last year. Sword Art Online Lost Song will be available in the Americas for PlayStation 4 and Vita this fall. In the meantime, Hollow Fragment is a pretty solid Vita game. I almost said PSP. know. It looks cool. Like, that's basically my opinion of it. Like, Sword Art is not a anime that I will flock to, but it was good enough for me to finish it, I guess. So, I mean, it's not a bad or offensive game. And from what I saw of this, footage, it looks like a pretty standard Western RPG. So if you like, Western action RPGs with a Sword Art Online flavor, I guess you could do a lot worse. All right.
So is this kind of like a way for me to say, well, I never watched Sword Art Online, and I could buy this game to sort of get it?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess. Now I'm just concerned about the quality of the game.
Everyone said that Vita version last year was a pretty solid game. Like, no one was calling it amazing, but people were saying, yeah, it's good. So, I mean, if you want kind of just an okay-ish to good game, there's an option. I think if you really like Sword Art, you'll probably like, I don't know, Anthony, just go on Netflix and watch the first couple of episodes of the anime if you want to check it out. That's probably the faster...
The fastest way to do it is to not watch it and move on with your life.
Yeah.
Good idea, John. I would totally accept that advice. That is perfect.
I don't know. I feel the need to, to check out, like, animes that get to the level of where that one has gotten, where it's like, everyone has seen it and talked about it. I was like, okay, I'll watch this. And I was of the opinion that anime is heavily flawed, but it's not the worst thing ever, and it's a pretty okay game.
It is not worth the conversation piece.
Yeah, I don't think that. I agree. But it's big enough to where lots of people kind of lost their shit, and between this and Persona, Ray is considering buying a Vita for it. So...
Okay, so fair enough then.
I know some people really fucking like that show, and I'm like, give me my Cowboy Bebop game.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right? How fucking sick would that be? I'd say give me my Fooly Cooly game, but that's just taking a bunch of acid and staring at the ceiling.
Yeah, pretty much, which you can do that for
about
the same price as a video game. Never mind.
Yeah, see? You break even. Oh, I forgot one news story. So, Persona 4 Dancing All Night. It's coming to the States this fall, finally. And they're going to have two different bundles. One is just the game, and then the other one is the Disco Fever Edition.
Ooh.
Alright. It comes with 14 DLC costumes and a bonus song, a Teddy keychain, a Vita skin and 10 wallpapers, a 2-disc CD soundtrack, and a double-sided PlayStation Vita pouch. That is $80.
Cool.
Music games are coming back, people. Persona has great music, and I love rhythm games. So when they said, hey, it's Hatsune Miku, but with Persona music, I was just like, shut up and take my money. So I'll totally get the special edition of this. Alright, well, that's cool. Anyway, you guys got any news stories?
Yes, no. I have a news story, and that is June. It's June. This is the last month of Club Nintendo in North America. If you've got coins, redeem it now before they're all gone for good. Like, seriously, go redeem some games if you have enough. I still need to do that.
I have like 130 coins, so I can't get anything.
I have enough to get 2 virtual console games, like one on 3DS and one on Wii U, and I'm like, huh.
I got a bag that was smaller than expected, so I'll probably just use it to carry a tablet when I'm out and about. And then I got that Nintendo DS cart case, so I can carry 18 DS games with me in one tiny box. So now I no longer have to pick and choose which DS games I want to keep with me, or throw one in my wallet and hope to God it doesn't get lost. Yeah, all right, cool. That bummer to see Club Nintendo go. That's a real bummer.
They're gonna replace it with something else, which is we're either gonna love it or hate it.
Yeah,
because it's Nintendo.
I'm the thing that I liked Club Nintendo for is I liked physical goods. I like being like Nintendo merch like Nintendo merchandise is so hard to come by, especially really good Nintendo merch. So like having a place where I could get that and be rewarded was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that Majora's Mask lamp I was talking about last week? Oh, well, North America doesn't get the lamp.
Well, because Nintendo hates us. That's no surprise.
Like, Nintendo of America, they own the Seattle Mariners MLB team, and I'm like, what are those guys run by?
Idiots.
I also sit down and I think, Nintendo has, like, thousands of employees, I think. They've only made one game in, like, the last... Like, they made, like, only one big game all year, and that was Splatoon. That came out. To, like, next to no attention whatsoever.
Like, Splatoon was a great game, though. Like, everyone... Like, Aaron talked about it on the podcast, and he says he can't stop playing it.
I've been hearing really good things about it as well.
So... I mean... Like, I'm trying to think of... What? They put out Majora's Mask... That was good. Like, yeah, it's a remake. Still a good game. What else did Codename Steam. That came out and did pretty well. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not this... Like, they haven't had a good year so far. Especially compared to last year. Because at this point last year, they had Mario Kart and Donkey Kong and... Smash was on the way, and they had something else come out early in the year that was pretty good too. They had a lot of success early on last year, and this year that has not been the case.
Oh, they had Monster Hunter this year as well.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't them. That wasn't them developing it. That was
okay.
Yes,
sorry,
but that is a 3DS exclusive.
That is a 3DS exclusive. It's a great game. So
and speaking of which, is there any new reason that I should get a 3DS XL? Like
Xenoblade?
new 3DS XL.
The Xenoblade came out.
Okay, see, I'm not interested in that because I already have the game on the Wii.
Then I'd say no. If you don't need to upgrade, then don't upgrade, you know?
Like, I was still on an original 3DS, and the screen size was pissing me off, and that combined with some other factors made me want to upgrade. But
yeah, same thing with me.
But like, it's not like I would say that if you have an original 3DS and you want a bigger screen, or you know, like the reason you would want that are slim, and I wouldn't commit to it till after E3 because I do think at E3 Nintendo's gonna be like, check out all this shit that's only on the new one. That is exactly what they're gonna do.
New Pokemon only on new 3DS.
I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see it.
I mean, they freaking did a pretty amazing job with Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Because it's like, wow, they actually crammed as many usable features as they could into this game, and it worked out pretty well.
All right, well, yeah.
We have any? Do we have any comments at all?
Zero.
Come on, guys. Talk
Lame. To us. Also, I was informed of this recently that our iTunes is really out of date. We are working on fixing this issue and getting it back up to date. So, for all those of you who are getting our shit via iTunes, we know that it's not April. Our last episode wasn't posted in April. It's just kind of an issue we have right now. So, we'll get it hammered out. In the meantime, go listen to us on the site. While you're doing that, though, you should go follow us on Facebook at The Gamer Access, Twitter at The Gamer Access, and twitch.tv/ or twitch.tv/thegameraccess. We'll be on all these wonderful places, streaming, playing games, posting stuff, and you'll be always up to date on our awesome content.
Coolios.
Bye. We love you.
See you guys.